Today's question comes from Renuka. Renuka asked, I've been meditating and that has helped me remain more rooted in presence. However, there are certain thoughts of the person that seem so strong. For example, regret of wasted years, past disappointments, etc., that pull me back into personhood. How do I deal with the constant yo-yo? This back and forth between presence and being totally hypnotized in thinking. And notice that it is this thinking which creates your whole persona, your whole idea of who you think you are. This endless psychological chatter about what is yet to come, what I have been through, what are the things that I'm doing good, what are the things that I'm doing bad, what I like, what I don't like, who I used to be, who I am now, who I will be in the future. Will I be okay? Will I be secure? All thoughts are just ideas, concepts, descriptions, judgments, which create a story, a narrative about who you are. And the thoughts that seem to have the strongest pull over you are the thoughts that you invest a great sense of importance into. As you said, the certain thoughts seem so strong, like regret of wasted years, past disappointments. Notice that these thoughts have a charge because you think that the content of them, whatever the thought is saying, is of value. That it is important, significant. That what is arising in mind needs your attention, needs to be thought. And you can see that the thought that you may find important, the same thought someone else may not find important. Therefore, that same thought would bother you and be very strong for you, hard to disengage from, whereas that same thought for someone else may not be difficult to disengage from because there's not enough interest there, there's not enough importance there. So this is something you have to really come to observe. Why is it so hard to disengage from it? Because you feel like this needs to be thought. I need to pay attention to this. I need to hear this. I need to talk as this. I need to think about this. And there's a certain feeling that an assumption that I'm getting something through that I'm going to fix things through that thinking process. And my friend, this itself is one of the biggest illusions that the mind paints. This talking that is happening, it has infused within it the illusion of seeming important, the illusion of it needing to be thought for your well-being, for your survival, for your benefit. And this is one of the first things you have to see past, see through, if you are to dissolve mind identification. You have to, at least in moments of practice, you have to start to see that nothing that is arising in my mind right now is of any importance. I can turn away, disengage from all thinking, all concepts, seeing them to be just stories, narratives. You have to gain your attention back. Seeing their falsified sense of importance, you have to gain your attention back. So my advice to you is, when such thoughts arise, investigate. For whom are they so important? For whom do the wasted year, the content of these thoughts, such as the wasted years of the previous years, the disappointments, for whom is it important? And see that at the heart of it is the personal identity. It is just the idea that you have of yourself. They are not important for you. They are not important for you awareness. They are important for you person. But that's not you to begin with. It is just the idea that you have of yourself. So this is the thing that I invite you to acknowledge about thoughts. Thoughts are like a big package. And within the package, it's like a full world. Okay? Thoughts arise, right? They arise on behalf of what you take yourself to be. Notice that like they speak as the person that I take myself to be. But that person that I take myself to be is nothing other than a thought-made story. So they arise and they speak as the person that I take myself to be about my life and what I consider important. They even talk about me, like, oh, I don't like this, I don't care, I don't want this. And it's constantly referring to I. But thoughts only refer to the idea that you have of yourself, not to what you truly are. And you have to see then that it is because of this that thoughts seem important. You think that they are important because you have a great sense of self invested in the content of the thought as that which it is being spoken and about whom it is being spoken. But once you start to see that the thought is not speaking of what you truly are, but rather just the idea of who you are, and it's trying to prolong that idea, perpetuate that idea, then you can start to see that in this moment of practice, all I need is to turn away. So again, the way that you implement this in practice is when these thoughts arise, just have no interest in what they say. Have no interest in anything conceptual in this moment. Your only priority in this moment of practice is to practice the pointer that you've been given. So whether you are practicing the awareness of sensation, of hands or any other body part, all you're doing is when those thoughts arise, having no interest in what they say, having no interest in the content of those thoughts, you're just turning away, taking your attention away from the thoughts to the sensation of hands or other body part. And if you're practicing the self-inquiry pointer, all you are doing is that the moments those thoughts arise, you are simply taking attention away, having no interest in them, taking attention away, and bringing it to attention itself, being aware of being aware, acknowledging the awareness in which those thoughts arise rather than thinking those thoughts. Like that, you will collapse this seeming importance. You will start to see that, hey, this story is just constantly arising, creating another narrative, feeding into the idea of who I take myself to be. It is not at all significant. It is not at all helping me in anything. So this is going to be a little difficult because those thoughts are sticky. But this is a big opportunity for you to discover in that moment, for whom are these thoughts important? They are only important for the mind-made idea that you have of yourself. Once you start to see that, just have no interest and simply be as you are. Because the seeming significance that you attribute to these stories is ultimately what binds you to personal identity, is what keeps you person. Because then thoughts will keep speaking as you. They will keep hiding behind this word I and hypnotizing your sense of self into this idea that they paint. Have no interest in the content of your thinking. It is the simplest way. I hope that this video helped you. If you have questions, please join the group from where this question came. So I have a lovely community. It is completely free to join. Over there, you can ask these types of questions. I do my best to answer as many that I can every week. And I do every week choose some of those questions to answer in these videos. Please go ahead and join down below. I'll leave the link in the description box. If you are looking for more personal help from me though, you can learn more about School of Awakening. It is a day-by-day meditation and self-inquiry program that really helps you dissolve mind identification and become free from suffering your experience. It is a wonderful program if you are lacking consistency if you are lacking motivation and devotion to this practice, that program will really help you to apply all of these teachings and integrate them into your experience rather than just have an intellectual understanding of them. So if you're interested in that, I'll also link that down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if it brought you value for more videos like this. I'll see you next time. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.